The Taliban has not yet announced a new government after taking control of Afghanistan, but the hardline Islamist group confirmed that its supreme leader Hibatullah Akhundzada is in Afghanistan and could soon appear in public for the first time. The inner workings and leadership of the group have long been shrouded in secrecy, even during their rule from 1996 to 2001, but here is a rundown of what is known. Hibatullah Akhundzada, the supreme leader. Akhundzada was appointed leader of the Taliban in a swift power transition after a US drone strike killed his predecessor, Mullah Mansoor Akhtar, in 2016. Before ascending the movement's ranks, Akhundzada was a low-profile religious figure. He is widely believed to have been selected to serve more as a spiritual figurehead than a military commander. After being appointed leader, Akhundzada secured a pledge of loyalty from Al-Qaeda chief Ayman al-Zawahiri, who showered the cleric with praise, calling him the Emir of the Faithful. This helped seal his jihadi credentials with the group's long-time allies. Akhundzada was tasked with the enormous challenge of unifying a terrorist movement that briefly fractured during the bitter power struggle after Akhtar's assassination, and the revelation that the leadership had hidden the death of Taliban founder Mullah Omar for years. Until now, his public profile has largely been limited to the release of messages during Islamic holidays. Mullah Baradar, the co-founder. Abdul Ghani Baradar was raised in Kandahar, the birthplace of the Taliban movement. Like most Afghans, Baradar's life was forever altered by the Soviet invasion of the country in the late 1970s. He was believed to have fought side by side with the one-eyed cleric Mullah Omar. The two would go on to found the Taliban movement in the early 1990s during the chaos and corruption of the civil war that followed the Soviet withdrawal. After the Taliban regime was toppled in 2001 by US-led forces, Baradar is believed to have been among a small group who approached interim leader Hamid Karzai with a potential deal that would have seen the terrorists recognize the new administration. Arrested in Pakistan in 2010, Baradar was kept in custody until pressure from the United States saw him freed in 2018 and relocated to Qatar. This is where he was appointed head of the Taliban's political office and oversaw the signing of the troop withdrawal agreement with the United States. Sirajuddin Haqqani, the Haqqani Network. The son of a famed commander from the anti-Soviet jihad, Sirajuddin Haqqani doubles as the deputy leader of the Taliban and head of the powerful Haqqani Network. The Haqqani Network is a US-designated terror group long viewed as one of the most dangerous terrorist factions in Afghanistan. The group is infamous for its use of suicide bombers and is believed to have orchestrated some of the most high-profile attacks in Kabul over the years. The network is also accused of assassinating top Afghan officials and holding kidnapped Western citizens for ransom, including US soldier Bawi Bardagal, released in 2014. Known for their independence, fighting acumen, and savvy business dealings, the Haqqanis operate from the rugged mountains of eastern Afghanistan while holding considerable sway over the Taliban's leadership council. Mullah Yaqub the Sion. The son of Taliban co-founder Mullah Omar, Mullah Yaqub heads the group's powerful military commission, which oversaw the vast network of field commanders charged with executing the insurgency. Yaqub's father enjoyed cult-like status as the Taliban leader, and the potent lineage makes him a unifying figure in the movement. Speculation remains, however, about Yaqub's exact role, with some analysts arguing that his appointment in 2020 was merely cosmetic.